Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC and this is Blue Lines TV and welcome to another Chelsea Q&A livestream. It's going to be a special transfer related Q&A today. So you guys, any transfer questions that you do have or you do want answered, you've got the perfect opportunity to do that right here. So it's good to see everyone. Of course, I was just working on changing the visual style a tiny bit. I need to fix it up. It's a bit boring anytime I look at the stream. So again, it's not the final design, but you know, just obviously got to keep it a bit different. But it's good to see everyone. Sorry for the delay. To be honest, I was just using the bathroom. Obviously, a bit in there a bit too longer than I expected. So apologies for that. But thank you to everyone that's been waiting patiently for me. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool, you guys. It's good to see everyone is here. The transfer window is officially over. I don't know. Obviously, it's not anticlimactic because you know we signed two players in the two final days, but it's weird in the sense that I've been reporting on so much transfer stuff over the past few months, and now it's just over now. And then, yeah, you got to wait until January now. We go into the new season on Friday. Again, you guys, so much content. I've got the season. Honestly, it's non-stop. The grind literally never ends. But good to see everyone here. You guys, you know what the deal is. Of course, below me is all my social media, my Twitter, Patreon if you want to support as well. And on the top, if you want your question prioritized, obviously send a super chat. That is the best thing to do. But that's enough of me talking. I'm going to get straight into this Q&A live stream, answering some of the first few questions. Okay, Brian, hey Nini, what is going to happen to Ruben now Kovacic is signed for Chelsea? Now, again, maybe nothing might happen to him. You've got to realise, I personally feel with Kovacic's signing, it's going to be between him and Ruben for that first team spot. I think Sarri might decide to use Barkley as a backup player, you know, for the attacking positions, like on the left and on the right. We've seen Sarri use Barkley on the right-hand side, second half against Man City in the Community Shield. And we've seen him use him on the left too during pre-season as well. So I have a feeling that's going to be the case. But still, it's going to effectively come down to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. It's up to him to decide if he wants to stay and fight for a place or maybe get a move abroad. Nothing's stopping him from getting a move abroad. A lot of clubs are interested in him. So again, I don't know. I like Ruben to stay. I think he's good enough. I think he'll definitely get a lot more game time playing under Sarri as well. And I think that is definitely a good time now to let the manager know what you're really about. Who knows? Let's say potentially you perform so well, Sarri decides against, you know, signing Kovacic on a permanent deal. So if I'm Ruben, I think now is probably the best chance to take a risk and obviously try and do your best, you know, with Chelsea. Other questions? Okay, Stealthy Ninja. Does it annoy you that we have always got left out in the transfer window, for example, Alisson and Lukaku? It does annoy me in that sense where, you know, we seem to drag on negotiations, but not as quick as we should be. So that can be a bit frustrating, in my opinion. And yeah, honestly, I think Alisson was a guy we should have really have signed. I mean, we've spoken to him how many times? Spoke to Roma, spoke to his representatives as well. All for it to amount to nothing because, you know, we're still undecided with Courtois. And yeah, it's just frustrating. So in a way, it was pretty good that Courtois decided to go on strike because he really pushed Chelsea to, you know, sign a keeper quickly. If only Courtois maybe took a strike for a whole month, maybe we would have signed Alisson during that time. So thank you for the question. I've got more questions coming in. You guys, as I said, if anyone wants their question prioritized, because there's a lot of people in the chat, of course, send a super chat. That's the best way for me to really prioritize your question. Okay, Luke, do you think we have done enough transfers to cope with top four and Europa League? Oh, to cope with Europa League and top four. Yeah, we definitely have a big enough squad for the Europa League. You guys, let's be serious. The Europa League doesn't really start until the knockout round stages. Beforehand, you're playing against very, very easy teams. So we will be just rotating a lot more, to be honest. Will Rayner, yes, Will, and congratulations on getting past 1,000 followers on Twitter. Well deserved. Do you know if Mitchie will be loaned out? It will come down to Mitchie. You know, with some of these personal decisions, you guys, it's going to come down to the player, whether or not he wants to stay or leave. You know, it's not Chelsea forcing them out. You know, especially in this window. Most of the players, it's come down to who wants to leave themselves. You know, with Mitchie, Sevilla and Valencia in particular have shown the most interest. You know, with the European market, it doesn't close until the final days. I'm looking at Dortmund. They still haven't signed a striker just yet. I can't imagine that they just happily let this guy go after he was smashing in the goals for them last year. it will come down to Sari, saying the right things to Mitchie, and it's going to come down to Mitchie whether he wants to risk fighting for his place or if he just wants a loan move. Okay, what other questions? Okay. Crane, how do I send a super chat? Okay, on the bottom there should be a $sign, and if you're using your if you're using the YouTube app, you need to update your YouTube app to see the super chat sign. Okay, Declan, Townsley, Nini, what do you think will be the starting 11 will be on Saturday? Well, I'm doing a video on that, but again, the lineup we saw against Man City, I think, will be the same lineup that we do use. Obviously, with Kappa being in goal this time. Brandon Perks, why didn't we go in for Shaqiri? He was cheap and has a quality left foot. He could have been decent backup, but you got to think, you guys, we've got Willian and Pedro here. You can't sign someone like Shaqiri unless one of them is definitely left. And with Chelsea, we want to sell our players beforehand. It's not necessarily going to happen like that. Even though he's a good player, if you don't free up the space in the squad for him, he doesn't make sense. Jordan CFC, thank you for this first super chat. I appreciate that, man. Hey, Nini, thoughts on the Martial deal, mate? Again, that was pretty disappointing. I was speaking to, to Joe afterwards. I've been speaking to a few people too. And, I mean, what I was saying near the end was that United had different thoughts afterwards. In the end, they decided against wanting to sell Martial. They stopped the negotiations with Chelsea. And yeah, that's what it came down to for now. Now, I don't have all the information just yet. I'm hoping over the next few days that I will, so I can give some further context into, why potential deals did fall through. Of course, I am hearing some things on Thibaut Courtois, a lot of personal things that are happening behind the scenes. So that's definitely going to be an interesting video, and I hope I have the permission to actually release a video on that, because I think it'd be like a nice insight in terms of like how players depart and all those types of things. So I think it'll be definitely interesting. Another super chat. Thank you, Ruben Sargent. I really appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. Surely Marco van Ginkel is a better option than Drinkwater. He was a boss at PSV, but never seems to be given a chance at Chelsea. You know what? I do agree with you in that fact. But again, you guys, we have to be pretty cynical whenever we view our club. Unfortunately, some players will just never get the chance. They're purely there for the money. Now, to be honest, someone like Van Ginkel should have been sold by now. The reason why he's still here is because the club put really unrealistic, super demands on the players. And then, clubs just can't afford to pay that fees. And it's not fair on the player, because then, they don't really get that stability in their career. You got to think, it's not nice to move around constantly year on year in. Players got personal lives outside of playing football. Your family, let's say your partner, your wife or girlfriend, if you've got kids, etc., etc. It's good to have that stability. I don't know. He's definitely not going to get a chance, because if he was, he would have got one already. I'm expecting him to go out on loan again near the end. Remember, the European transfer window does close on the 31st, so there's like another, 22 days before that window closes. So I expect a lot more Chelsea players to be leaving. Who knows? Maybe a club might come in to sign him permanently. But again, it's a shame. But it comes down to Chelsea, Again, I've got a video coming out that I've just done with Joe Tweedy. So I'm going to be releasing that tomorrow. That's going to be talking about just the transfer window, a review on it, and just just critique some people like Marina and people behind the scenes in regards to why we do business the way we do. So you'll definitely get even more context and answers in tomorrow's video. But again, Ruben, thank you for that super chat, man. It means a lot. Other questions to answer. Okay. Carter Allard, there's a video out from Jorginho of what looks like. No. Okay. So it's a good thing you brought this up. So Carter is saying there's a video out from Jorginho of what looks like Fekir shaking hands with Willian. What is the likelihood of him coming in this window? And what do you think of him as a signing? First of all, when it comes to him coming this window, it won't be happening now. It's closed. That wasn't Fekir at all. From what I'm hearing, it was just a photographer or something like that. Fekir, again, I think I was saying this. I've said it already. I said it during the deadline day transfer. Number one, I think he was showing the World Cup to Lyon supporters at 12 this afternoon. And of course, there were photos out of him actually training today. So you guys, as I was saying, the only way that we could have realistically signed Fekir especially in context of, the window closing very soon, was if, he completed his medical in France and we just seal the transfer there. And on top of that, Chelsea would have to be very secretive too. And I kind of feel that, with a move like that, there's no way in hell Chelsea could have kept that secret if they were trying to sign Fekir. And there were like too many small possibilities that weren't really going to ever take place. And, Fekir just wasn't coming from, I can tell you guys this, with Fekir, talks just broke down in the end. Now, on Tuesday, the club were talking, and yep, it just broke down, a disagreement with fee and transfers. And also, with Olas, he's very notorious himself. It was too late. It was too late. I mean, to target someone like Fekir right then, I mean, if you were really serious about Fekir, you would have placed the bids right after Liverpool messed up, because you knew his price then. He was already in the country. You knew the price you could get him for, and he wanted to leave. I don't know why we waited right to the end if we were really serious. So it's typical Chelsea. But tomorrow's video, I'm going to be expressing a lot more thoughts and opinions on some of this nonsense that we do. Other questions? Let me see. Okay. Imzi, Nini, you reckon we can compete for the league if we keep Mitchie as our striker, depending on how our January transfer window goes? I don't know, it depends how quickly we get used to the system. I think that's the most important thing, even more important than the strikers, because if you're not really creating the chances for the striker, it doesn't matter if they're clinical or not. I think that's the most important thing so far. I don't know if we're definitely going to win the league, but I think that will be challenging. If we don't win it, it's not going to be a case of us being 20 points behind the leaders. It'll be much closer and tighter than that. And I think that will definitely show some progress for this season. Jamie Underwoods, we don't need defenders, 100%. We don't need them. Thoughts on Kepa? I mean, I've done the video, man. Boss King 24, the video's out there, so you can listen to that. Where is Fekir, bro? He's in Lyon. Is Ole Einar going to Torino? Now, this is something I can talk about because, probably 8-9 days ago, I was told, basically, actually, I can't even say. Basically, let's just say I know someone that knows a few of these guys at the club. And he told me that Torino were actually in talks with Ole Einar. They've made a concrete loan bid for him to join. Of course, new reports of PSV coming out as well. But it's looking like a possibility that Einar could be going. Now, a lot of clubs in the Championship have placed offers for him as well. But I think potentially he could be going to Torino. I think it makes a lot of sense. Irrespective of the quality of the players that have played at right back, you have to realise guys like Perez and, Barrera and guys like Zappacosta himself. It's a place where attacking-minded fullbacks or wingbacks can really prosper. And you can get a good career move. And I think with Ole Einar, I've been told one criticism about him is the fact that even though he's highly rated, his concentration can be very, very poor. One time, he's doing something great, then his brain just shuts off all of a sudden, and he loses concentration. And I think that if I was told to, him going to Torino in Italy would be amazing for him, because he's going to learn. Getting that brilliant coaching in Serie A, where they do focus a lot on the tactical aspects, and it'll be better for his career. And I think that if I'm Einar, you definitely can't afford to miss out on going to Torino. You'll become a much better player for it. You'll put yourself out there in the market, and there's just better opportunities to come for you, and you'll grow as a player. So I'm hoping that Einar does take that Torino loan move. I've got another super chat. Let me see who it is. Cam. Oh, shit. Thanks a lot, bro. Thank you for that super chat. Means a lot. Thank you. Just saying thanks, son. All the way from Brooklyn. Damn, man. Thanks a lot, man. Damn, I feel bad. You didn't even have to do that, but I appreciate it, man. Thanks for supporting the content. And yeah, man. Really means a lot. Thanks, bro. Avon, do you think Fekir should have played on the right side of midfield and Sarri could have chosen to primarily attack down the right side or play up top? It's gonna, honestly, man, it literally just depends. I personally think that Sarri would have used Fekir either in the middle or on the right hand sides. So yeah, I think that with someone like Fekir, he's so versatile. You can play him in so many different roles. I mean, originally this guy was more of a number 10, if anything. So it's really shown how great he is. No, I think originally he played on the right and then he moved in the middle and then he became like a false nine. So extremely versatile and yeah, just a great player. And it's a shame he didn't go through, but something tells me that he probably would have played up front. Let me check to see. You guys, all the Patreon subscribers, don't worry. Near the end, I will be answering your questions, so stay tuned for that. Oh, shit. Thank you, man. 20, damn, that's a lot, man. Honestly, bro, that's a lot. I don't even deserve that much, to be honest. Damn, man, thanks a lot. This isn't a question. Just want to say thank you for making top quality content, making videos you're proud of, and not just pumping out shit. Great insight tactically and business-wise. Keep it up, bro. Much love. Damn, bro, I need to follow you on Twitter right now, man. Thanks a lot for that, man. Shit. That's actually crazy. Damn, man. That's actually mad. That's actually, I don't know, I always feel like guilty when it's so high. But again, thank you. Thank you for understanding what I'm trying to do with this channel. I'm always trying to put out quality first over just, regurgitated bullshit. This is why I'm not just releasing a transfer video just for the sake of it, or just releasing videos for the sake of it. There's got to be a reason behind it. And thank you for just understanding what I'm trying to do. Obviously, I do it for all of you guys. We're all very like-minded when it comes to supporting our club, how we see football, how we think about football as well. So it's great to know that there's a community of so many like-minded people like us. So yeah, it's great to see. Sometimes you look at what's happening with football fan content. A lot of it just seems to be a lot of football banter, this banter that, all regurgitated banter that we've all heard before, and it isn't anything too impressive, to be honest. But it's nice to know that a lot of people want something different, and yeah, I'm happy that I can provide it for you guys. So again, man, thanks a lot for that super chat, man. What other questions are there? Boom. Okay, Crane, we have enough depth in position. 100% right. El Mako didn't need Kovacic. Too many midfielders already. No, 6 midfielders is perfect. We got 2 in the reducer role, 2 in the ball-winning midfielder role, and 2 in the number 8 position. So that's what we need. Sarri rotates it a lot. We've got a lot of games in the Europa League. How many games is the Europa League? It's a ton of games on top of that. So we're good. And if anything, this means that there should be, our players aren't going to be overstretched and they're not going to be tired. So that's another great thing. So no, I do disagree. I think 6 midfielders is perfect. Darek Roll, Chaney, which other clubs around Europe, with the transfer window still open, do you fear of us losing anyone significant before the end of August? I don't think we'll lose any significant players. I think with Chelsea, we don't sell anyone that we don't want to. I think maybe in a sense Courtois was a bit of an exception, and maybe you can understand too why he decided to take that strike in the end to force the move through. Again, with Courtois, there's a lot I need to talk about in regards to this guy, so it's going to be an interesting video. So hopefully I do get the permission to release it, because yeah, it'll be so you guys can really understand what was happening behind the scenes. And all I can say was that some of the opinions I've had on the thing, they have been proven wrong. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Raul Cortez, thank you, bro, for that super chat. How much? And your question is, how much will it? Okay, how much will it us this year? How much will it hurt us this year not having a left-footed player on the right-hand side? Bro, I agree with you, man. I really do. This is why, even though I'm pleased with the business we've done, because compared to last window, we've signed upgrade players for certain positions, and we've signed players that are actually needed, and we haven't signed players for the sake of it. But still, I feel that personally, if we sign someone on the right hand side that could cut inside with the left foot, I think that we're definitely league contenders. I think that it really opens up the system even more, and I really think that would be the real deal. So in a sense, it is a slight shame we couldn't get it done, but let's not give up hope. As I'm saying, the January window will be coming. We always conduct business during January. We're going to sell a few players, or more players will leave on loan on top of that. And I think with what Chelsea are doing now, we're trying to sign the right targets. For example, last summer, when we were trying to sign a right wing back, how many players were we linked to and were we talking to? In the end, we signed Zappa Costa. I think Chelsea have learned from their lessons. They don't want to be in a position where, they make those panic buys, signing guys like Drinkwater and Zappacosta. They end up not being good enough or they're not needed. And then it's very difficult to sell these guys on later on and get any money back for them. So I think Chelsea are trying to play the long game. They want to go for targets that are actually good and not to panic buy and buy like your sixth choice option. So it's frustrating we couldn't get one right now. But there's there's a process happening. There's progress we're making. We'll eventually get that sorted out. I'm guessing maybe in January. So yeah, you guys, it's not too long to go until the January transfer window. Dan CFC, thank you for your super chat. Would you rather Conte or Mourinho now as manager? Okay, so it's a hypothetical one. If I had to pick a manager now out of Conte or Mourinho, good lord, this is really hard. Damn, this is I don't know. Whose football? Shit, this is a hard one because I think they're just as bad as each other, to be honest. You know what? I just pick Mourinho just because I like his personality. He's got no footballing reasons, purely because of his personality. And come on, we all remember Jose from his first spell in charge. He was a completely different guy then. He brought the passion. He was a leader. He was everything. So I still think of that Jose Mourinho anytime I look at him. So I'd pick Jose over Conte. I don't think Conte has any redeeming factors, to be honest. And good riddance, the guy's gone, in my personal opinion. What other questions? Christian Valadez, yes, bro. Thoughts on Breathe Chelsea's account being banned? Now, you guys, if you're not too sure, Instagram, there's an account called Breathe Chelsea. It had like 95,000 followers. That account got taken down by Chelsea. But our actual club, Chelsea, took down a fan page on Instagram. My personal opinion is I think it's a disgrace, to be honest. I think it's disgusting. Imagine looking at a fan base trying to compete, which I just don't understand. Trying to compete with a fan base. Chelsea are always very difficult anytime it comes to, any content creators or any affiliates, really. And basically what was happening was that you see those photos that people, like, let's say they'll get the photos online or they'll get it from the club website and then they'll edit it. They'll put some graphics on top, some titles on top, some filters on top, etc., etc. Now, that was deemed enough to really just take down the account and ban everything, even though it had 95,000 people that were following. And I think it's disgraceful. And I just think it shows you how football's seen today. It's become a big business in that sense. People are only in it for the money. Imagine trying to be that strict with your image rights when it's fan content, end of the day. And it's been edited to become something different. So I don't understand why that's such a big deal. I heard that they even offered to, give credit to Chelsea or the photographer who took it. Let's say a little like mark on the top right or something like that, which was refused by Chelsea as well. So honestly, it's a massive disgrace, and it does get you thinking. Imagine your own club can do something like this to you when you're a fan. Again, it just really makes you see everything with such a cynical eye. With all the money involved in football in the Premier League right now, everything's become a business right now. It's all about making money, profit, protecting what you have at all costs. And it's clear now, it's quite obvious now that, clubs see fans as a commodity. They see you as customers more than actual supporters, which is a scary thing in my opinion. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's a shame. It really is. And now people might be thinking, oh, it's an Instagram account. Who cares? I don't think that's fair to see it like that. You got to see it as people taking time out of their day to pursue a passion on the sides and really put a lot of effort and quality in. I mean, it was very professional how they ran their account, the graphics, the designs, how they were constantly posting and releasing. It's a lot of hard work to do something like that. And I think that even if you think Instagram, who cares? Just, for yourself, put one of your passions and put it in that same box. And imagine if someone took that away from you, So I do feel sorry for the guys who've been doing this for a few years. They've said that they won't bother now. I do understand that. And it's got me thinking, and imagine if anything ever happened to my channel. I don't know what the hell I'd do. If I got a strike, if my channel got taken down or deleted, bro, I don't even know what I'd do. And it's not even as simple as them ones where it's like you can start from scratch. It doesn't work like that. It's not as if 40,000 people are going to come back to the channel. It doesn't work like that, with the algorithm and YouTube, etc., etc. I feel sorry for the guys, and something. This is why I only get attached to what happens on the pitch. I don't really get attached emotionally in terms of what happens behind the scenes, because in the end, it's just all businessmen and people trying to get deals that suits them. Just leave your emotional connections to what happens on the pitch. I think that's all we need to care about as fans, to be honest. Because there's pricks behind the scenes. Let's be serious. Whoever runs that social media account is a prick. I don't care. And you got to realize Chelsea are hiring so many. Honestly, I'm going on too long with this answer, but yeah, I feel bad for the guys. I really do. Bro, you're sending me another one. Thank you again. Your question is, do you think Callum Hudson-Odoi should start over Willian and Pedro and interchange wings with Hazard? I mean, there's a possibility. I mean, let's be serious. On the right-hand side, we don't have anyone with a left foot that can cut inside to that same effect. I think with Hudson-Odoi, of course, his natural role won't be to play on the right forever. But I think that with Sarri, number one, we always interchange positions with the forwards. So I think that would just happen, to be honest. And I think with Hudson-Odoi too, that he's good enough to play on the right-hand side as well. Yeah, it's going to be his position that's going to be there forever. But he's good enough where he can do something with it. And of course, when he can interchange positions, there'll be times where he will be playing on his natural side. So, honestly, with Hudson-Odoi, I see this guy starting against Huddersfield. I don't think Hazard's fit enough. Willian and Pedro, I'm not too sure if Willian's even fit enough just yet. I think that Hudson-Odoi has a massive opportunity to be starting against Huddersfield. So I think this is why he never played against Lyon, because Sarri's resting him and making sure that he's really fresh for that game. But again, bro, thank you for that super chat again, man. Thanks a lot. Gianluca Grafton. Thank you, Gianluca Grafton Clark. Best Chelsea 11. Love the videos. My best ever Chelsea 11. I have to have Petr Cech in goal. Now, for me, Petr Cech will be my number one goalkeeper for a long time. And that's purely because of the Champions League campaign. Now, for me, if he wasn't in goal, there's no way in hell we would have won the tournament that year. One of the best goalkeeping performances in that tournament, I think, in history, in my opinion. I mean, so many decisive moments, decisive saves. How many times did he hit balls onto the post? That penalty shootout against Bayern, for example, he dived in the right direction every single time, and obviously saved the penalty at the end as well. Phenomenal. This is why Drogba's constantly praising Petr Cech. This is why, right when Drogba scored the winning penalty, he ran straight to Petr Cech and started praising him, because without this guy, it would have just been a dream. We wouldn't have won the Champions League. In defence, John Terry, of course, the greatest defender I've ever seen. One of the most, and again, for someone that's so amazing, one of the most underrated people, I think, as a human being as well, and I think obviously as a football player. Again, the best defender I've seen. Ashley Cole on the left-hand side, there's no doubts about that. On the right-hand side, it's going to be pretty controversial, I know that. But I'm going to be going for, this is my personal one, I'm going to be going for David Luiz, and that's purely because, one, of the Champions League, and two, he spent more seasons at Chelsea compared to guys like Carvalho and guys like Gallas, for example. And again, he's been instrumental, and he was our best defender when we won the league. He helped us win the Champions League as well. A lot of decisive moments, a lot more highs than lows. I don't understand why he's not rated as much. And I think that, in particular, when it comes to big games, he's always been someone you can rely upon. So I've gone for him. On the right-hand side, I have gone for Ivanovic, because prime Ivanovic was fantastic. Low-key, underrated when it came to pace. Great defensively. How many goals did he score for you on top of that as well? And I think, prime Ivanovic was a top player. He really was. There was one time against Barcelona when Henry was playing. Imagine he caught up to Henry with pace. And that's when I knew this guy's a top defender. I'm going for 4-3-3. So in midfield, Lampard, of course, one of the best. I'm going to be going for, I think Michael Essien. I think prime Michael Essien. If this guy never got those nasty knee injuries, easily is a Chelsea legend. Easily. Because his performances were ridiculous. And I'm going to be going for my other guy in midfield. Who am I going to go for? I don't know about Kante. I don't think Kante's been with us long enough yet for me to even look at him and being in our team, like greatest ever team. I don't think he's there just yet. Looking at Ballack, he's done bits. Looking at Makalele, he was good for us too, and he was here. That's hard when it comes to midfield. Even Cesc has got quite a lot of assists for us. Maybe Mikel. I mean, is there a chance? Is there a shout for Mikel as a DM? I mean, he's been with us for 10 years. That's a hard one. The last position in midfield. Maybe I think I might go for Michael Ballack because I think as a footballer he was just one of the best players we've had here. Of course, Zola and Eden Hazard, 100% without a doubt, and obviously Drogba up front too. So that's my Chelsea greatest 11. Okay. Other questions? Oh, bro, you're doing too much now, man. Again, thanks a lot for the super chat, Bran. Really appreciate that. Hard question. Do you think Sophie will be awake for the Huddersfield game? If you guys aren't aware, I think it was the Man City game. It was the Man City game. I think Sophie was on holiday, and she must have said that she's just spoken up. She hasn't seen the game, but she still decided to do a match review, even though she hasn't seen it. So, make of that what you will. As I'm always saying about the CFC Fan TV guys, I think we gotta be a bit easy on them in a sense because their YouTube channel isn't their main priority. You know, they've got careers outside of YouTube. You know, they're busy. You know, Sophie's traveling a lot. Rory's got so many commitments outside as well. So I can understand why the channel doesn't take too much of their focus, and this is why maybe a lot of people can like take the piss and stuff. I don't know. I think when you've got so many people working on the channel, you can easily spread out the workload, so it shouldn't be like that in my opinion. But again, you know, they've got other commitments. I mean, they do a lot outside in terms of what their careers are, like a ton of stuff. So I can understand why stuff like that happens. Yeah, I guess trying to keep that consistency. I mean, I can appreciate it, but I mean, you can't be doing a match review if you haven't seen the game. I'm sorry, Boo. You can't be doing that, Boo. For real, like you should have lied. Just lie. You could have just gone to BBC, read a few lines of text with a match report, and pretend you watched it. You didn't even have to tell people that you never watched it. You could have just talked smack the whole time. No one would have cared anyway because they're focusing on other things. So I don't know about that one. But you guys know on Blue Lions TV, I don't do that type of shit. So again, you know, and it's kind of crazy. I'm looking at my channel now. I'm nearly at 40,000 subs. I'm literally 373 subs away from 40,000. So it's been a productive summer. But again, man, Nikki, thank you, bro. Thank you for that super chat again. Okay, getting back to the questions. Lamps is all my all-time favorite, 100%. Ballack, do a match review. Okay. Albion, Nini, I'm asking you, why are we so stupid? I agree with that. Why we still have Morata in the team? I told everybody Higuain is old, but he is a goal machine. Now, all Chelsea fans said, give Morata a chance. Now, what? Nini answer. Anyway, thank you, Albion, for the question, man. Basically, with Higuain, I mean, Higuain said it himself, basically. Sarri was the only one that entertained the idea of having him at Chelsea. No one at Chelsea actually wanted him. So all these reports coming out, I have a feeling were coming from Higuain's brother, who's his agent, and was basically playing on the fact that Sarri potentially would have been okay with working with Higuain again. But I mean, I was thinking business-wise, no way are Chelsea spending 55 million on a 31-year-old. So that was out the question. With Morata, I say this, I think I say this in every single live stream I ever do. We're playing with Sarri, we're using a poacher right now, meaning that it's all about movement and runs inside the box. Under Conte, it was about playing as a target man, holding off defenders, dropping deeper. It's completely opposite. So, you know, Morata, I think that, you know, playing under Sarri means he can play his normal way. The way that he used to play for, you know, with Juventus and with Real Madrid in particular. But the guy still got 20 goals. So he shows that he can do it. Let's see, though. Let's see. I think with Morata, he's got until January, in my opinion, to show what he can do. But I think hopefully if Mitchie decides to stay, this guy's got a massive possibility of playing as well, because I think he's a better finisher than Mitchie. And I think in a Sarri ball system, the striker doesn't have to be too technical. As long as he can finish and control the ball, that's all he needs to do. So, but I definitely think, I mean, it's 100% guarantee. Both Morata and Mitchell will just be better than last season. So, the system helps. Okay, Lamb7. Did you hear about Atletico Madrid fans throwing toy rats at Courtois when they play Madrid? Yeah, if you guys don't know the story, I think they're going to be going to IKEA to buy like these little toy rats. And when they play against Madrid, they are going to be throwing it at Courtois. So that should be pretty funny. Let's see what happens there. And Courtois hated with Chelsea fans and hated with Atletico Madrid fans. So, damn, he's really like sold his soul to sign for Real Madrid. Cobalt, do you think Kepa and Kovacic are great for Sarri? I mean, yeah. I've released 2 videos on these guys giving my thoughts and opinions, so watch them if you want the full context. Andrew Salmon, I think Morata might get 20 goals this season. I think so too. If he plays first team throughout, I definitely think he's scoring more than last season, 100%. Okay. Malcolm X, yes, bro. Nini, do you think Sarri will use Zappa over Aspie since Zappa is better in attacking? Damn. I don't know. I think because Zappa Costa is just so poor in most things he does, that I would have to use Aspie over him, irrespective of, let's say, you know, Zappa Costa's a bit faster or a bit better going forward. I don't know. I don't know about Zappa. It's his defending, really, and that is pretty poor now. And his positioning, that's what really weakens the player in particular. Yeah, if he was weak in 50-50s like Alonso, I'd be okay with that. It's the fact that his positioning is always poor. He never gets back in position. He always, like, his mindless goes blank and goes off. At least with Alonso, even though he's not that great at 50-50s, the guy still gets in good positions. So, I don't know. With Zappa, I don't know about that guy. What other questions still? Come on, hurry up. Okay, you guys, sorry about this. All right, football after 4K. Zuma, what's happening with him? It looks like he's going to Everton. I think he's signed for them on loan for the season. So he's there. Yes, Deluded Blue, you guys. Deluded Blue, Chelsea FC. If you can see him in the chat right now, make sure you subscribe to his channel. He's starting a new YouTube channel. I thought his video on Courtois was very good and thoughtful opinions. And I can tell already that he's someone that really cares about the insight and really thinking through his answers. And I think that, you know, if you guys like my content, you know, support another Chelsea YouTuber. You know, I don't really care about competition and stuff like that. It's mostly, you know, I think when there's a bigger community, it benefits everyone. So you guys, you know, after this, go on YouTube, search Deluded Blue, and obviously give his YouTube channel a view. Your question is, unreal coverage from you, once again, the summer man. It's actually difficult. It can be tiring to respect you. Yeah, you can probably understand doing, you know, making videos. It does get very tiring. It does get very grindy. Yeah, honestly, it gets very tiring, and I think, you know, it really comes at a cost to my social life and obviously my health, in a sense. Not that, you know, I'm ill, but I'm just getting kind of fat. I can't lie. I'm just sitting down all day, making videos, editing, writing scripts, doing research, etc., etc. I'm getting kind of fat, and I don't like it. If you guys saw me when I was like, you know, 18. I had jawline for that. I look completely different. Everyone that saw me then and sees me now, I look like a completely different person. So it's not good. But again, it's mostly my social life. Like, I only see my girl maybe once a week or something. I don't see my other friends as much too, which is annoying. But I don't know. Just, you know, it gets like that. You know what I mean? It's not. Obviously, I love doing what I do. I'm hoping I can make this full time during next season. That's why I'm working even harder to try and push the channel and hopefully try and make this a full time thing, because I think once it becomes full time, it's going to be even better in terms of the quality, the videos, the production, all that type of stuff. So yeah, and, you know, it's going to be even busier too. I've got that website coming out soon. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. But again, man, you're doing good with your channel. Keep it up, and yeah, just stick with it. You know, I mean, the best advice I can give really is try and just find like a schedule. You don't have to produce content that's like more than 10 minutes just yet. Stick with something small for now, and then slowly grow and improve. With YouTube, you don't have to be perfect immediately. You can take your time, as long as what you're saying people like. That's all that really matters. So obviously keep up the good stuff, man. Lorenzo Lopez Nini, what's your job? I'm not saying that, bro. I'm not saying it. Dan O'Flaherty, yes, man. How are you? How are you? Mitchie stayed, didn't he? Yes, he has stayed, but for now, because the European transfer window is still open, it closes on the 31st, so we don't know what's going to happen just yet. You always need to make time for yourself, right? Yeah, I know. You know what? I personally feel that you need to put in the hours first before you can then think about, finding time for yourself and resting. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm at that stage yet where I can just take it easy. But I mean, it's all fine, to be honest. I've got a gym membership. I just bought one, 2 days ago, because I need to start going gym. I need to start looking the part right now. I spoke to my barber as well. Worked out a deal. I'll be getting a haircut every week now. I can pay less over, every month. So, yeah, I need to just try and take everything up, just from my personal appearance, the channel, to everything. So yeah, man. Ace, I've got another super chat. Ace, thank you for that super chat. I think I missed it, bro. Yeah, okay. You sent me your question. Great videos. Can Chelsea win the Premier League this season? I don't think it's impossible. Now, anytime I give my answers or anytime I think about things, I don't see things black and white. I kind of imagine like a Venn diagram. Let's say it's like 20% this, 40% less, 10% that. If I was to base our chances on, from what I'm saying in terms of if we can win the season, I'd probably say maybe we've got I'd say maybe it's like a 40% chance that we could. It's going to depend on how quickly we get used to the system. That's the most important thing. I still feel we're going to need another 5 to 7 games before we really get used to the system. The World Cup really messed up our schedule, and I don't understand why the league started so early. Once the World Cup ended, which really baffles me. Other countries aren't starting just yet. Of course, the Premier League is always doing their own stupid thing, but it's hard for me to say. I think that we are going to be in the Champions League. I think we are definitely going to challenge. At the same time, when Sarri took over Napoli, they were 5th when he took over from Rafa Benitez, and he got them to 2nd in the league. So I don't think it's going to be impossible for us to get 2nd this season. I think 2nd or 3rd. I'm feeling more confident with being 2nd than 3rd, and I think it is going to be an eventful season, and I think it's going to be a positive season where we'll look back at this year and think a lot of good things happens, and it's going to be even more exciting. I mean, remember that season when Mourinho first came back? I think the 13-14 season. We were very close to winning the league, but during that summer, once that season ended and it was the transfer window, can you guys remember the excitement that we all had? Because all of us fans knew we only need to sign a handful of players, and we're definitely winning the league next year. I think it's going to be another situation like that. When we sign guys like Cesc and Diego Costa and Felipe Luis and all these big boy, bad boy signings, and you just knew immediately we won the league. And I think it's going to be the same case for this season. I think we'll give a good account of ourselves, and then next year I think we're definitely going to be the winners of the Premier League. Fabrizio S, thank you, bro. You think there's enough goals in this team? I don't know if there's enough goals just yet, and I'm saying this because they haven't played together. Kovacic isn't used to anything Sarri, but it's going to take him a while to get used to how to play under him and what Sarri wants from his team. Eden Hazard has barely played. Kante's just come back. A few of our best players haven't really played together, and that's going to take a while. This is why I'm saying 5 to 7 games. But, the players, when you play as a team, it's about an understanding and a relationship with each other. So, it's going to take time and patience for that to come, but it's definitely going to click sometime during this season. It will definitely click. I think once we get to January, I think we'll look like a completely different team around Christmas time. So, yeah, I'm excited. Nicky, again, bro, thanks a lot, man. Why do you think Moses isn't playing right back? That's a good question. I just think it comes down to Sarri and his preference. Now, I mean, me personally, I don't know how you can look at Zappacosta over Moses, especially when Moses outperforms Zappacosta. Even when Moses played his worst game, he was still better than Zappacosta. I personally feel that he'd be perfect on the right hand side. I think with Moses, I don't see him being a top winger because he doesn't have that goal threat. But if you were to be objective and just look at his best qualities, his one-on-one defending is very good. He's very strong. He's fast as well. People don't beat him. They don't get past him down his sides. And most importantly, he does hold onto the ball very well. You know, Victor Moses is very press resistant. If you try to close him down or try to tackle him, he can still retain possession. And I really feel that those qualities on the right hand side, you know, especially when you're playing under Sarri, where you will improve even more in the final third. Because let's be serious, let's not act like, you know, Victor Moses can't put in a low-driven cross. We've seen him do that last season. The guy still ended up with 4 assists throughout the season. I think, you know, if you look at fullbacks, on average, your fullbacks are getting, you know, 4 to 5 assists a season. So he wasn't terrible, but I don't know. I personally feel Moses's characteristics playing as a right back would benefit the team more, in my opinion. But again, thank you again for that super chat, man. Jordan CFC, thanks, bro. Thank you again. Nini, you should have been on Sky Sports today. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Sky Sports had on some content creators. It was Flex United and the guys from United Stand. Mark Goldbridge was there as well. Esteemed company, the guy who runs the Man City fan channel, which is I like his channel. I mean, he's one guy I've always wanted to collaborate with, but he's never really been that helpful in regards to wanting to do stuff. I mean, that's not me having a go. You got respect to you guys. You know, people have their lives outside YouTube. He's got his girl. He's got his job, whatever. And when you do YouTube as well, basically you do have no free time because then you know you're editing and doing this and doing that. So it's understandable. Hopefully this season I can collaborate with him. Sophie Rose was representing the Chelsea fans as well, so she was there. So I mean, it is good. It is good. You know, I do like Flex. I do like those guys. I mean, I think Flex too, he's good, you know, he's very opinionated and very insightful too. And I think he definitely understands and knows his football. It's good to know that, you know, traditional media are looking at people that do have an opinion on their club, because in a sense, you know, fans are going to have the best opinion on their clubs compared to anyone, to be serious. So it's good to see, and hopefully in the future, maybe I could have an opportunity, who knows? But yeah, we'll see. But again, Jordan, thanks for that, man. Another super chat, Shivang. Don't you think people are not taking us seriously? We can win. You know what? I feel that with a lot of Chelsea fans, I think I'm seeing that a lot of people are optimistic for this season. It's all the people that aren't Chelsea fans who have very negative opinions about us. And I'm starting to realise that people who aren't Chelsea fans, they have some really shocking opinions about our club. For example, the amount of non-Chelsea fans that tell me Eden Hazard is inconsistent and isn't world class. I'm telling you guys, for real, this is a massive thing that a lot of people actually think Hazard isn't world class. He's overrated and he's not consistent. Which, I mean, again, it is baffling. And again, you know, only a supporter is going to really understand their club than a non-supporter. But I think when it comes to Chelsea fans, I think all of us are pretty optimistic from what I'm seeing and from what I'm gauging. So just ignore what all the other idiots are saying, to be honest. Okay, getting back to questions. Sorry, Ball FC. I think I missed it. Sorry, bro. Jasna, Nini, do you think Kovacic will start over Ruben or the other way round? I'm not too sure. I think they might fight for their position. Who knows just yet? It's really hard for me to really ascertain that right now. Ahmed, hey bro, Nini mate, what does Emerson have to do to be the starting left back? I'm guessing he's going to have to hope Alonso gets a suspension, or in the golf. Actually, I'm not going to wish him to get an injury, of course not, but it might take something like that. But I'm sorry. Every time you've used Alonso and Emerson's always stood out. What have we noticed with him? Pace. You see the pace. We've seen him get to the byline. We see him overlap. We don't see Alonso do that. Alonso's always behind. It's because he don't have the pace to get there and get back in time. Sorry, deep down, you know, Emerson is the one. Honestly, you guys, if I'm Alonso, you got to be so thankful towards Conte, because really Conte gave this guy a career. Let's be serious. He really gave him a career. I don't know. Josh Banks, guys. DT knows fuck all about football. Only makes money off France. Honestly, I don't agree with a lot of his opinions. I can't lie. But I mean, I wouldn't say that he's just in it to make money. It's definitely not the case now. I mean, there is money involved in this industry, of course. In any industry, I mean, you know, if it's an industry where so many people are watching content and viewing stuff and engaging, it's natural money will be there. But I mean, at this stage, no one's doing it just for. I'm telling you, it is definitely not the case. AA7 skills. Your starting 11, the same that we saw against Man City. That's what I'd use against Huddersfield. Babdi, is Wilmar Barrios coming to Chelsea in January? That's a very good question. That's a very, very good question. That's something that's been very, very quiet, and I'm not really hearing much about it. It's getting to the point where I'm thinking, was it even real? Now, you guys, if you remember, a few weeks ago, I think last month, it came out from Colombia that we had signed, no, from I think Argentina, or was it a Colombian reporter? I can't remember. But it came out that we signed Barrios from Boca Juniors. If you guys don't remember Barrios, he was that Colombian midfield player that was very aggressive. And I think he must have headbutted Henderson or something like that. He was the guy. Reports are saying that we've signed him. Now, everything has been very quiet since. Maybe that was leaked and it wasn't supposed to be leaked, and the club are waiting to announce it later. If anything, that does tell me that Barrios will probably be a player for the loan army. And maybe, I'm being hypothetical now, just based on very little information. Maybe he could be the introduction of a new strategy with the loan army, because there definitely needs to be a new strategy with the loan army. Guys like Piazon, guys like Van Ginkel, all these guys should have been sold by now. They're still on the books. Clubs now to play Chelsea to get these guys on loan, and we're not making any money from them. And it's getting to the point where every year the figures keep rising and rising for the loan army. We're not really making money from these guys. Loan fees aren't going to be the one every single time for every single player. Maybe Barrios is the introduction where it's like, you know what, we're going to sign these cheap players from the 10 million who we think have a potential resale value, where if we can sign this guy and send him on loan somewhere good, let's say in 2 years' time his transfer value doubles or triples and we can sell him. Maybe he could be the start of a new transfer policy or a new transfer strategy for the loan army, because I definitely think they need to have one. With how we're doing things, we'll get to a point where we've got 100 people on the books. They're all going to be playing for shit clubs that they shouldn't be, because we just can't focus on all of them, and it's not fair to the player, and the club aren't really making money afterwards. So nah. Maybe it's interesting. Hopefully I hear something on him. Another super chat, I think. Brandon, thank you, Brandon, for the super chat, bro. And you guys, it always pains me. Just remember, double check to make sure you put your question in your super chat. Just double check that first. Billy White, hey Billy, Cesc in the Regista role when Jorginho rests. I mean, 100% Cesc will be in the Regista role. It's not even about just that defending one-on-one. It's more about the positioning. I mean, the most important thing about the Regista is how you play out from the back. And I think with Cesc, when you got guys like, Kovacic or Ruben or Kante around him, pressing teams as well, protecting him, it makes sense, especially with our high line. Let's not forget, the back four press very, very high. So they are very close to Cesc Fabregas. So it's not, all very close to that Regista guy in midfield. So there will never be a case where that guy's going to be isolated in midfield by himself. So, Cesc makes more sense. Let's remember, Mourinho in a way was using him as a deep line playmaker when we used the 4-2-3-1. And let's not forget that game against West Brom. I think Cesc clocked like 180 passes throughout that game. And everything amazing was coming through Cesc. He nearly broke the record of most assists in the season until Mourinho had to pussy out and we started playing fucking West Brom ball for the second half of that season. Because if we continue playing the same way, Cesc would be the new record holder when it comes to most assists in the league. Because during that halfway point of the season, I mean, the guy was like, I think, a couple of assists away from beating Henry's record of 18. So, thank God he's gone. Good riddance to Mourinho. But Abdi, thank you, Abdi, for that super chat, bro. It means a lot. Nini, how do you feel when you look and read all these media outlets and so-called experts saying Chelsea and Sarri will not finish higher than 5th? Honestly, man, you kind of said it yourself. They just don't watch it. They don't watch football. Honestly, anytime you ever read like a stupid misinformed opinion or an opinion that's not very educated, you should immediately tell yourself this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And he doesn't know what he's talking about because he hasn't done his due diligence and he ain't done his research. It honestly makes no sense. It really baffles me. Most of these people who get these media positions or are on telly, they're not really watching football that much. Let's be serious. They're at the age where they'll come do their media report. There's probably some intern that has like a list of, it has like the sheet of paper with all that the key points and notes that they look through. It's not as if he was going on Google beforehand to do some research on Sarri. They don't have a clue what they're talking about. So I don't even get too annoyed by that. I'd be more annoyed if the person knew what he's talking about and he still had a stupid opinion. So again, I don't know. In a way, this is why fan media has become a real thing now, because people don't want to see, you know, 50-year-old ex-pros giving shit opinions on TV anymore. So yeah. Okay, how long have I been doing this for? I think I'll do this for like another 15 minutes before I go. Simon, thank you, Simon, for that super chat, man. Who will train Kepa? Will it be Lolichon, his old trainer? I think when it comes to the goalkeeper, I think it's Bertolini still in. I think he's still in charge. I know this, but I can't remember on the top of my head. Shit. You know what? I think it's Bertolini. I think he was the guy that's. This is annoying because I forgot. Sorry, man. I can't even answer that because I've forgot what the situation is in regards to the goalkeeping coach. I swear I spoke about this in a video, but yeah, I forgot about it. So I'm sorry about that, man. Really, but yeah, shit. I'll definitely get back to it. Or if you have another question, I'll happily answer it. Brendan, thank you. You're okay. You sent me a new question. What happened with Fekir? I think I was saying it earlier on during this stream and during the last one as well. Yeah, Chelsea was speaking to Leon on Tuesday about him, but the deal just fell through because, again, didn't want to pay the money. And number two, Leon were very reluctant to sell because, you know, you've waited until the final day of the transfer window. It's hard to get a replacement. The club captain is Fekir, it's not just any player. And yeah, it's just not productive for them. And if you're not going to cough up the ridiculous amounts of money they wanted, then you're not going to get him. And I think they wanted like 80 million for him in the end. So the deal just fell through. It wasn't going to happen anymore. So that's literally all it is with Fekir. And this is why, I mean, I was nearly going to do a video on him later, but I mean, I can't really waste my time to do a video on, like, you know, news that's like, there's barely anything to it. So yeah. Okay. But Simon Alga, I'm going to look for another question in the chat from you. Try and highlight your question. If you can highlight it in red or something like that, that can definitely help. Nikki again, bro. Thank you, bro. You've really been smacking it today. You've really been backing it today. And yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Thoughts on Derby's chances and Lampard's tactics. Now, I need to watch Derby play. I haven't seen them play yet. I definitely will watch them when I have time. Obviously, with all the videos I've been releasing and work and stuff, it's been hard to have time to myself. But I know with Morris and Lampard, it'd be really interesting to see how he's been implementing things and how he's getting Derby to play. So that'll definitely be something for the future to look at. But I think Derby, I think they've always been one of those championship clubs that have always been close to getting promoted. How many times do they get into the playoffs where they, you know, they get to finals, they lose right at the end? I think it looks like maybe with Lampard and Morris potentially, Derby can finally cross that line and potentially get promoted this time. I think Middlesbrough with Pulis back, they've got ambitions too. Yeah, so I think that Derby definitely have a chance. Obviously, they tried very hard to get both Morris and Lampard. The Lampard effect's working. You know, being able to sign Mason Mount when guys like RB Leipzig and Werder Bremen were doing the most to try and sign him. It says a lot. So again, if you're a Derby fan, of course, you're very excited with how your season's looking. Okay, come on, hurry up. Okay, other questions. Um, okay. Kevin Sanabria. What happened with Lucas Paqueta? Lucas Paqueta, the guy from Flamenco. No, nothing's happened just yet right now. So yeah, nothing's happened just yet. So hopefully something does. In a sense, you know, I look at Paqueta, he's like a Brazilian Fekir in my opinion, in terms of the fact that he's very versatile. He can play in the middle and he can play all across the front three as well. Personally, I'd probably try to sign a guy like this. I think he'll be the future of Brazil. He's definitely going to be one of the top Brazilian players. He looks like the real deal from everything I've been seeing. he looks like he's too good to be true because he's got the 5-star skills. If I'm making a FIFA reference, the passing, the technique, the creativity, and the guy's really strong, like really strong, and he loves to tackle, and he loves to go in for 50-50s, and it's rare to get a player to have all those type of components like that. I love to see Paqueta come. I love guys that are skillful and they're enjoyable to watch. I think Paqueta, I think his buyout clause is only 50 million, is it dollars or euros, something like that. He's cheaper than Fekir already, so hopefully Chelsea look into that, man. Look into it. Nicholas, Nini, we have a plastic fan in here. I haven't seen the questions, so I can't really say that. Gabriele, will we struggle to score through Morata? If so, will Hazard be like... No, I swear I always get asked this question about Hazard being used in the Mertens role. I keep saying all the time, the Mertens role, the striker and sideboard, they don't play with the ball. On average, guys like Higuain and Mertens were touching the ball 25 to 28 times a game, which is barely anything. It was all about the movement and runs off the ball. And why do you think Higuain really did so well? Because he didn't have to pretend to be a footballer. He could just focus on what he can do, which is the goal scoring. With Eden Hazard, there's no way you're going to have Hazard touching the ball 25 times in a game. Hazard doesn't have that discipline to not play without the ball as well. He'd be dropping deeper every time he can to touch the ball. Hazard is an upgrade to Insigne, playing on the left-hand side. Insigne basically had 1,000 extra more touches than Hazard did on the left-hand side. I keep saying this, you guys. Imagine Hazard with 1,000 more touches and passes on this game, playing in the opponent's half. Come on now. Okay, Dravid Brown of Paqueta can play goal there. There's nothing he can't do, 100%. I mean, the guy's ridiculous. Who is the new black kid you got? He's called Hudson-Odoi. Yep, one of our most promising young talents. And he looks like one of the promising talents that's actually getting a chance this time. And something tells me if we could rewind the clocks, let's say guys like Boga and Masunda are coming through now at this time and not coming through back when they did, I think they'd have a much bigger chance at having a career at Chelsea. So I think Hudson-Odoi is fortunate in the sense that he's come during the right time at the right moment. Conte's just gone, Sarri's here, new philosophy, new this, new that. I think he's going to benefit from that. Deluded Blue, I'll be watching Derby on Saturday, might record some fan cams. Yeah, they definitely do that, man. That'll definitely be good. Obviously playing Huddersfield. Are Derby playing after that? I'm not too sure. Derby fans are loving Lampard so far, though, but they always get overly gassed. I can imagine. But it seems like Lampard's potentially bringing a good vibe, and that's always good to have. It's always good to be excited when you go to watch your team. Wendy, hi Wendy. We should have kept Kennedy. I think he is going to do bits at Newcastle. I think so too. I mean, he was already doing very well for them beforehand. But again, we've got guys like Willian and Pedro still here. So in that sense, it was going to be hard. I think if Kennedy wants a chance of having a career at Chelsea, if he can do something stupid like, I don't know, get like 15 goals in a season, and I don't know, he scores like 6 or 7 wonder goals from outside the box, that type of stuff that catches people's eye, he could have a possibility, who knows. 5:30 kickoff, so okay, there will be time to watch it afterwards. And so yeah, I think I might have to do that, or I might record the Derby game then. X-Play-Z Nini, what do you think about Spencer FC saying Chelsea will finish the league fighting for 6th place? Again, I like Spencer FC a lot. I kind of feel that he's one of those guys like KSI where he created like a platform for a lot of us content creators in that sense where, people see, there's like, people see what we're doing much more attentively, Of course, as I was making that point before, he doesn't watch our team. He's probably never watched Napoli play at all. All these opinions are like bullet points that have been regurgitated from social media or newspapers. Again, if you ask Spencer, he'd probably say something like, I'm not sure about Sarri. He hasn't won any trophies. Really disregarding the context. So I'm not going to hold it against him, to be honest. It's not his club. West Ham's his club. So that's all I can say. Don't worry about Patreon, you guys. I'm going to be answering it literally in the next minute. Well, you like to collab on Football Daily. I'm always open to collabing. I mean, most times I normally collab with much smaller creators. I've collabed with 100% Chelsea as well, which is a big one. But I don't really collab with anyone bigger than me. I mean, it's much harder in my opinion. You know, beforehand when I had like, I don't know, less than like 10k subs, whenever I tried to ask for collabs, no one ever replied back or no one really cared. So it doesn't bother me, but I don't really care too much about collabs in that sense. But anytime people want my help, you know, I'll always try and do my best. Um, I'm going to answer 2 more questions, and then I'm going to be answering the Patreon questions, and then I'm going to just relax, you guys. I'm just going to relax. That's all I'm going to do. Abdi Aidan, thank you for the super chat, man. But damn, you didn't check to see if your question was inside. So sorry about that, man. Okay. Valeru, hey man, we should have signed Usain Bolt instead of Morata. I think Usain Bolt's gone to the Australian League, hasn't he? I think is it Melbourne City or something like that. So that'll be interesting to see. Abu Nini, why can't we retain the 3 strikers, Morata, Batman, and Giroud, in case they have injuries? Well, again, you know, there's only one striking position available, so in a sense, it is kind of like overkill. If you're the third choice striker, you're barely playing. I mean, it's not as if the second choice striker plays as much anyway. So I see one of these guys leaving before the window ends. Okay. Okay. Oh, Nikki again, bro. Bro, you're doing too much, man. For real, man. I honestly, it's very like amazing. It's a very kind gesture, for real. Like I really do, like appreciate all of it, for real, man. Your question is, are you looking forward to rinsing people with Hudson-Odoi on FIFA? How are we forgetting that Hudson-Odoi is going to be on FIFA? But knowing FIFA, because I think with FIFA, obviously it's made in Canada, and I think when they get the player ratings, I think they're done independently. So I think there's like a scheme or a partnership scheme you can sign up for with EA, where you can help to obviously do the stats for the team. And you see so many stupid stats. For example, how is David Luiz not a 5-star foot player when he's got a left foot and a right foot? I don't know. Hudson-Odoi's pace, I mean, it's got to be at least 85 plus, in my opinion. That's how fast the guy is. We saw him beat Bellerin for pace. So, I mean, honestly, I'll probably say he's in his 90s. His dribbling as well should be at least 80, in my opinion. They don't really do it properly. And it always comes down to the fact that no one's really watching. And I think you need to have the right people who understand the game in that way to really do that type of stuff. So, I don't. If Hudson-Odoi's stats are good, obviously I can use him. But knowing FIFA, I can imagine I'll give him like 75 pace and 59 dribbling and just all this, you know, shit stats. Okay, Sideshow Bob. Alex Goldberg should make YouTube content. Yeah, I mean, he should. I've spoken to him as well. I think if he builds his audience too on his social media platforms, because he's really been growing a lot on Twitter. I think it's like 17k. He's been getting bare followers recently. With YouTube, it is harder. It is because you are like at mercy to the algorithm and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, again, I speak to him. He's a cool guy. I'll help if I need to. Okay. Do the blue Hudson-Odoi Hudson-Odoi will be 67 rated or 61 rated or bronze. If I see a bronze Hudson-Odoi, I'm not buying the game. I'm not gonna waste my time with it. I'm telling you. Valerie, I think Hudson-Odoi has a brilliant, bright future at Chelsea. 1,000,000% he does, man. 1,000,000%. Faizan Hussein, thank you, bro. Do you think Hudson-Odoi and Ruben will get their chance? I honestly think they will. We're gonna have so many game opportunities. There's so much games. They're definitely gonna be playing. Hudson-Odoi being the understudy to Hazard is perfect for him. Obviously Pedro really on the right and they're the 4 players, and I think he's definitely gonna be playing. So yeah, it's exciting to see. It's gonna be good to see him play. You know, games like the you know, in Europa League group stage games. Carling Cup as well, and I'm sure he'll play games in the league as well. That's how good he is. So it's definitely he's definitely doing the most. So I'm really proud of everything Hudson-Odoi is doing, and he's making the, you know, it's taking an amazing opportunity at the right moment, and he's making the best of it. So that's all you can do. But I'm going to answer one more question because I need to answer the Patreon guys first, and I think, you know what I might do next time when it comes to it for the Patreon subs, I'm going guys to leave me your questions beforehand, because that way when I start another Q&A live stream I can answer them first and then do it that way, because I think it's fairer then, because you guys, I'm realizing that you do have to wait a long time, so that's something I definitely will be changing so you guys can you know what I mean. Okay, I'm answering the Patreon questions now. Josh Banks, yes, bro. And yeah, I've actually got a proposition for you because I do need to help with my Instagram page. It's hard to, do Twitter, do Instagram, do YouTube, do all these things at once. And yeah, I think I definitely need some help with that. But anyway, your question is, where do you think we will finish this year? Personally, I think we'll finish third. I think we'll finish third or second, to be honest. Either one of those two positions. And the other one is also, could you see Martial joining on a free next summer? Now, I think United have the right to exercise an extension in his contracts. I think with Martial, who knows? I mean, I pray that Mourinho stays there as long as he can, because that means that's pressure and force Martial out. But who knows what's going to wouldn't even rule out January. On top of that, we're definitely going to sign someone in January. I wouldn't be surprised if that was Martial. Let's say, he realizes, you know what, I'm not getting any opportunities under this guy. I need to go right now. I'm going to put pressure on United to sell me. I'm not having this. Potentially then, maybe he could be available then. So I don't know. It is kind of frustrating because we've spoken to United and we've spoken with Martial and his agent how many times throughout this window, and it was weird. It was one of them ones that I was always like quietly confident about. But negotiations, man. That's what it always comes down to. Callum Ross, hey Callum. Which team do you think, other than Man City, will trouble Chelsea in the year? 100% Liverpool. I think they've signed key players for positions they needed. Of course, Keita, Fabinho. And I think Shaqiri, he provides quality squad depth, which they didn't have beforehand. Who else did they sign as well? Let me check quickly. Who else did Liverpool sign? Alisson, one of the best keepers in the world. Can't forget that. And he's going to transform them because you guys, what's really affected Liverpool was the fact that it was always individual mistakes. And most of those mistakes were coming from the goalkeepers and from the defenders as well. And it looks like they've definitely been working hard to rectify that issue. And it's looking like it'll be a completely different Liverpool team for this season. So they've definitely bought smart. I personally feel that they should have signed one more defender. But I mean, Lovren he's not a shit player, of course not. But I think that, you should have spent 40-50 million on a top defender alongside Van Dijk. And you're looking at a very scary team right then. But yeah, I think Liverpool are one contender. Man United, again, all that individual quality is always going to help at times. Fred too. I think Fred's an inspired signing. He's a very good player. I think Arsenal have a chance under Unai Emery. I think they'll be playing a different brand of football, more tactically aware, more focus on defensive positioning on top of that as well. Playing with Lacazette and Aubameyang up front. Let's not forget, Aubameyang is a world-class striker. He's one of them guys that is kind of being slept on all of a sudden now because Arsenal just as a team haven't been doing as amazing. But individually, he's a world-class player. Lacazette, he was incredible at Lyon. These two playing together could be very scary if Unai Emery gets them working well together. And we're going to know in the next 9 days when we play Arsenal. So it's not even too long to go. And yeah, I think Arsenal, Liverpool and United are the main teams. I'm not really looking at Spurs this year. No way in hell you sign no player this window. That's not inspiring anyone to do anything. I'm sorry. No way in hell can that. And if Pochettino still gets Spurs into the Champions League after spending no money, then I think this guy is the real deal. Then he's already the real deal now. But if he does that, I don't know. That would be incredible. Yes, Bill. Yes, man. And as I was saying before, too, congratulations on 1,000 followers on Twitter. Hi, bro. What's your prediction for the Huddersfield game? And what's the Snapchat name? What is basically with the Snapchat, I haven't made a new account just yet. The other one was made by that prick Andy, the guy that used to be on this channel beforehand. So I'm not even going to waste my energy talking about that scumbag. So just forget that. I'll make another one in the future. So when I've got the time, I'll definitely do that because I do want to bring back the Snapchat Q&A. So I think probably next week might be a good time to do something like that. Yes. Any other questions? I think they're the only Patreon questions so far. Okay. Yes, Josh Banks. Yeah, okay. We'll DM afterwards. After this stream, we'll DM, man. That's cool. No more super chats, I don't think. I don't think so. Okay. There's one more. Dan CFC again. Thank you, bro. And you guys, there's a lot of people here that regularly support the content. I appreciate that. But I'm not worth all your hard-earned money. If anything, if you want to consider something, consider Patreon, because for a monthly subscription, it ends up being much more affordable and you get all the same perks on top of that. So strongly consider Patreon for anyone that doesn't want to keep, paying every single time. But again, I really do appreciate all the support. It's always like it's always a massive sign of appreciation, because we all work hard for our money and what we do for it. And so, to think that someone's like worth your money is always a massive compliment. It doesn't get bigger than that. So, thank you to everyone that always supports with the Q&A live streams. But Dan, your question is, which released youth player would play for us now? Oh, okay. So I'm guessing you mean players that we've sold. I mean, and who's a player that could do bits? Who have we sold? Because most of the times we've loaned them in terms of sold. I personally feel Berger could have been someone. Berger definitely could have. It's a shame that he couldn't even train under Sarri, but Sarri could even see what he's about. It's harsh. But again, you guys, this is why, Chalobah was saying it himself. A lot of times it doesn't come down to not being good enough for having the talent. In a way, it's like there's a lot of political business reasons. As Chalobah was saying it himself. Let's say you're a young kid. Let's say the guy ahead of you's paid like 100,000 a week. Of course, you're paying so much money for the guy, you have a responsibility to use him. Because you haven't paid anything for the youth guy and he costs you nothing, no one really cares that much. The Chalobah interviews, I thought they'd do a bit better on this channel, but I'm hoping over time they'll grow and people, let's say during their free time, they might want to, hear his thoughts and opinions, because it was a very insightful interview. He really was sick for coming on my channel. But yeah, you guys, this football industry is very, very cynical in terms of everything. It's always political reasons, money motivated reasons, etc., etc. I'm always stressing this all the time. Let's leave our personal emotional attachment to what's happening on the pitch. Let's not care too much about what's happening behind the scenes. But I think, you guys, I'm going to end the Q&A live stream now. CFC Anuja, last one. No one send any more super chats. I'm tired now. It's nearly 12. I've done this for like an hour and a half. And I need to go after this. CFC Anuj, yes, bro. We can win the Premier League. And imagine United lose. Who knows? Mourinho getting into that season where things don't go wrong. I mean, it's only signed Fred and Dalot. Didn't get a defender. That typical season where, a player that Mourinho's always desperate for, he never gets. And then shit starts to happen. Things start to go downhill. I think with Mourinho, it's not looking too great so far. But who knows? Signing someone like Fred upgrades the midfield drastically. Guys have performed very well during the World Cup, coming back with renewed confidence on top of that. Who knows? But yeah, you guys, I'm going to end today's Q&A live stream. It's been a good one. And Kid Flame, Andy was a dick and had a 50s camera. Honestly, man, that guy was literally annoying. Patreon is like the economy version of Super Chat. Yeah, that's a very good way of saying it, to be honest. And Patreon, yeah, I mean, it's probably the best. It's something I'll definitely look to promote a bit more. I definitely need to re-strategize everything. And now that the transfer window's ended, I can spend more time focusing on like the small things of the channel to improve. I still want to release those tactical videos, and I think I might just make them Patreon exclusive, because I can't afford to risk this channel getting taken down. You can't trust people with these social media manager guys. You can't trust them. I got a strike for one video, literally one Emerson video. I got a strike straight away for it, and that's what started to scare me. Obviously, that Newman guy, even though I think his videos are shit, he had his whole channel taken down, and he had like 81,000 subs at the time. That whole thing was deleted, so it's a very risky thing. You have no protection, and YouTube's not going to back you. So I think I'm going to release tactical videos for Patreon subscribers, and in a way, it's kind of like a service then. You know what I mean? So I can start focusing time and stuff like that. But yeah, my Patreon is Blue Lines. If you look on the screen on the bottom right, that's the Patreon logo. Blue Lines TV is my thing. But yeah, Andy Pandy, I don't even want to talk about that guy, man, for real. And you know what? I'll let you guys know who's another prick as well. You know that CFC Alex guy? Remember Alex, the guy that 232? This guy, one of the most self-serving people I've ever met. one of the biggest users as well. I must have made one simple request to the guy saying, can you not use my channel in your tags? You know what I mean? Because it's taken me a while for the algorithm to like see me and do what I do. I don't want someone to start using my like diluting my name in the algorithm. That's how I'm seeing it. You know what I mean? And this guy, oh, you know when someone's just unlikable. I mean, in a way, I never used to mind the guy, but it's just like you can see his characteristics. He was always very self-serving, very selfish. It was always about getting something out of something for himself. You know what I mean? And even when he used to talk to, he was always just douchey in terms of how he'd say this and say that. Yeah, I know. Again, he's copied everything. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, he's literally copied everything. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but I just mean that he's just a prick, to be honest. He's not really a cool guy. So yeah, sometimes YouTube attracts the wrong type of people. Like that social like outcast type of thing that doesn't have any social skills. You know what I mean? But can I explain the whole Andy thing? Oh, for my new subs, I don't know. If you're a new sub, you probably don't even know there was a guy on this channel beforehand. I think it's best to just leave that guy in the past, to be honest. But yeah, you guys, yeah, the glasses guy. Oh, he's such a douche. I'm not even gonna get into detail some of the things he said or what he's done, but he really is a douche. But you guys, I need to go. It's 12 o'clock now. I've done this for an hour and a half. I'm tired. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for watching all my videos during the summer as well. I don't know, it feels kind of upsetting that the transfer window is over. Because in a way, it was nice to have that grind where I'm constantly making videos, doing this, doing that. But the new season's here. I'm looking forward to seeing what's happening. One more super chat. Jordan CFC again. Thank you, bro. You're someone that should consider Patreon as well. But Nini, who is this True Blue News on Twitter? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know, man. True Blue News. Let me do it now. True Blue News. Why? What is it about him? True News. Oh, oh, that guy. I know. Yeah, that guy. You know what with that guy, yeah? He was someone that he sent me an email and he sent what's his name? Obviously he sent Lawrence and guys from 100% Chelsea an email stating that he's got transfer exclusives. He knows about deals here, deals there. I mean, it was complete bullshit on my part. It was nothing exclusive whatsoever. And I didn't even reply to the email. I literally just ignored it. I got to say so. And obviously this Alex guy, his source, of course he's talking nonsense. It's obviously this this True Blue News guy who's called Sam Riley or something like that. Again, someone I wouldn't waste my time with, to be honest. I don't know. You guys with me, the reason why I think people trust why I say things is because I've been very transparent. I don't keep it a secret. I mean, these guys have been on my channel. Joe's been on the channel how many times? Sue's been on here himself in a live stream, talking about things as well. So you guys know who the guys I know are. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's nice that he's got a passion for news and stuff, but I mean, me personally, I'm not believing anything about him having any transfer exclusives. If I'm getting some dodgy email, please, I'm not taking it seriously. I'm really not. So I wouldn't take anything he's saying seriously. And I'm sure if I read through some of his reports, I'm sure nothing was substantial or nothing was proven. So yeah, you guys, I don't get it either, to be honest. Okay, I've got one more another super chat. You guys are still trying to keep me on. I need to go now. God damn it. Valerie, bro. Okay, don't send me another super chat. I'm gonna try and find your question in the chat right now because it's much slower right now. So yeah, but again, bro, thank you for sending a super chat, man. Again, you've been someone who's been on the channel for a very long time. And yeah, it's just nice to know. I mean, it's actually sick that all the people that have been watching the channel from the beginning are still here. So it's great to see. I know who all you guys are. Sometimes I look at older videos and yeah, I see who was in the comment section and stuff. So So it's good to see. But but yeah, Nini time. I'm not trying to do Nini time right now. It's 12. It really is. I need to go. I'm gonna wait for Valerie's question so I can answer it, because I feel bad that he sent a super chat and he didn't put his question in. So yeah, I can't just go right now. Okay, I found your question. Oh, there's no question. Thank you, bro. Thanks a lot for that. And obviously, thank you for always contributing to the chat, and obviously just all you guys play a part in making this a community feel. Like, I got this really nice message from someone in one of the videos talking about that. Oh, Nini, you've really built a community, which is us really great to know. It's great to know that all you like-minded fans, same as me, you do use my channel as a way to talk to each other and discuss things. That's one thing I'm looking to focus on a lot more. This community with the website coming, that's really going to help things a lot more. And I think that with everything else I'm planning as well, I think that bringing back the Snapchat Q&A can really help even more in terms of that community ethos. So it's going to be good. You guys, just to give you guys a quick warning, I am going to be doing some sponsored videos in the future. I'm going to be doing some, I think I might do one, there's going to be two with like a betting agency, so prepare yourself for that. There's one I've done with this betting agency called Odds Media. Now, you guys, you've got to be over 18. You don't have to obviously sign up to it if you don't want to. No one's forcing you. But this was actually a good one, because this time it was me in a studio talking about football and Sarri 20 minutes, which was good, to be honest. And I might do it with another betting agency as well. A lot of times I do get a lot of offers, which I do turn down a lot, because sometimes some of these companies are just scumbag companies, and even though the money is good, you've got to do things with morals, you know what I mean? But with some of these betting companies, even though I don't personally bet, I must say, obviously a guy needs to eat, you know what I mean? So I'm just warning you guys in advance. I am doing some stuff with One Football as well, so that should be good too. So yeah, that's literally everything that will be happening in the next week, to be honest. And yeah, you guys, that's basically it. And yeah, I mean, yeah, actually, no, I really do need to go. I was actually tempted to stay for a little bit longer. I was slightly tempted, but I'm thinking it might help. Does financially, to be honest, not really. It doesn't really that much. It's not enough to do it full time, of course, because if it was, I'd be able to just live off YouTube. So this is why I'm exploring other things. But again, when I'm looking at stuff like a website and this and that, I gotta have the same energy which I have for my channel. I don't want to do anything half-hearted. I just don't do things half when I really like something. So yeah, I'm just exploring other possibilities. So I'm hoping with Patreon, once I give people a reason to want to subscribe to it and make it worthwhile, hopefully that can attract more people. But yeah, there'll be a lot of things that's going to be happening. The graphics will be getting better over the season as well. And I mean, the most important thing is on Saturday, finally the season's starting. We can see us under action again. I'm really excited for Saturday 3 p.m. against Huddersfield. So that's really going to be good. But yeah, you guys, I'm actually going to keep it moving now. Maybe in the future I might just do live streams just where us guys can talk and chat. I might consider doing something like that. But it's been good talking to you guys. It's been great. Thank you for the support, for the super chats, for all the investment in the channel, for all the times you people comment, discuss with each other, talk about Chelsea, etc., etc. It's all great. I appreciate it all. I'm the FC. This is Blue Lines TV. Signing out.